So if you just want to know which one is my favorite, if I had to pick between the two, the Toro MULCHFORCE or the Kartmate, because I already have a multi-force, which allows you to put attachments on the front like this, I would prefer the MULCHFORCE. But if you have any other mower other than the multi-force, the Kartmate is the winner. That's the answer, because it goes on any mower. Sit down, stand on, walk behind, whatever. Big, small, everywhere in between. And in fact, when I first got Kartmate, that is, I had a regular grandstand. I didn't have this one. This is the grandstand multi-force with the hydraulics that you can install on the side there, and the hitch in the front. I'll show you all that in a second if you haven't seen any of my videos or don't know anything about the MULCHFORCE. But at the end of this video, check out the Toro playlist, and in there is all about the Toro multi-force and tons of other Toro equipment videos that I own and that I've demoed and so on. But I had the regular grandstand, so I got the Kartmate. And this MULCHFORCE didn't even exist. The multi-force, Toro grandstand multi-force, did exist, but I didn't own one. And this MULCHFORCE attachment didn't exist either. So even if I had a multi-force, I still wouldn't be able to have a MULCHFORCE. I'd still be using the Kartmate, which would easily go on the receiver here as well. And a lot of people do that and did that because this is expensive. Obviously, it's another attachment to get this. So I used the Kartmate for the first year, and it was a game changer because I was able to push that around with my other grandstand that's actually in the back of the trailer. I'll show that in a second. And it's got the Kartmate that you can attach to it. We have both, so we can go to jobs that are 10 or more yards. Myself and my one full-time employee, we can divide and conquer without wasting energy taking all these extra steps with the wheelbarrow. I have this wheelbarrow in here as perspective to show how massive this is compared to the double wheeled, fairly large wheelbarrow. Same thing with the Kartmate, fits this inside it. Again, there's another video that's a, I believe, mulch playlist. I'll put that if I have a playlist. I don't remember, but I know I have some videos about mulch. So either way, that'll be at the end of this video as well. Check that out. Talks all about Kartmate and some of the other things that they have that I've utilized and that are great for mulch to just be more productive, more efficient, ultimately be more profitable. You have more energy at the end of the day as well. So, you know, we all know mulch is labor intensive, so why make it any harder? And just make it easier if possible. So having the MULCHFORCE or the Kartmate, or in my case both, that's a game changer. Now, all full disclosure, Toro sent me this MULCHFORCE attachment. I own the multi-force grandstand. I own that, that's mine. But because I have that, they've been sending me some attachments to make videos for you guys so you can help make up your own mind what you want to get and if it's worth it. So that's what I'm trying to do with this video. Compare the two, Kartmate and MULCHFORCE, since I have both. I also own Kartmate. That was not given to me or gifted to me or anything for content. I own that as well. But this one Toro gave me this year. I wasn't able to get it in time last year for mulch season, so I used the Kartmate, and that also worked. Again, I think 2 years I had it, and then this is going into the third year that I've had the Kartmate, so now I can compare the two. So this is very good at moving materials from one place to the other, especially when you have long distances to go.
instead of pushing wheelbarrows. So one person can probably do at least twice as much work going back and forth with this and walking back and forth with a wheelbarrow, especially up hills. Just imagine how much energy saving that is. And there's a lot about this. You can go on Kartmate, check that out, Google Kartmate, or go to Dawson Manufacturing. They make Kartmate, Mulchmate, Truckmate, a whole bunch of different attachments for mulch and labor saving. But this right here is their patented design. They call it a knuckle. This is what allows this whole platform to articulate up, down, side to side, so that you can go over all types of terrain, up and down, over things, while keeping this level so that your material doesn't spill over. You don't have to have these sides. That's additional. You can get the sides, but even without the sides, this is a huge tub of material. You can put so much more mulch in here than the average wheelbarrow. You put these sides, you can put even more in there, obviously, but you do have to be mindful of what unit you're attaching this to. The bigger the unit, the bigger the hydraulic pumps and drive, so that you can move the material. But you do have to be careful when you're steering. That's some of the pros there, is if you have a smaller unit, you know, you can't just like turn it when you have a lot of material. You can't just turn it. You have to, it's just too much force for the hydraulics typically, unless you have a really big mower that you can do that. But ideally you want to kind of back it up and turn and then position and go kind of at angles to where you want to be. So you just have to plan a little bit more. You got to do a lot of swinging around. So, you know, a con, you see how long this is sticking out, so it takes up a little more room when you're swinging around, you're getting in and out of things. You want to be mindful of that, obviously. But all the pros outweigh that con. The pros that you can attach this to any mower. It's a universal fit, so you can attach this to any mower that you have, stand on, sit down, and so on, so that you can move material. And then when you get there, you lift this up to dump it. It's built real heavy duty. Definitely some pros there. Solid. I mean, the framework here, it's just like the mowers, the heavy duty mowers that you expect, that kind of heavy duty. Huge tires, nice caster wheels, very big, supportive of any weight that you're going to put in here. So the whole framework is meant to be heavy duty, meant for you to use this to haul heavy material back and forth all day, every day. And you just go back and forth like that. Also, you can fold these legs in so that you can get into tighter spaces, like a smaller gate, or in and out of the trailer, storage, all that. And this platform lifts up so that you can store it and have it more compact that way. But ultimately, when you're using it, it's not the most compact setup, but it definitely gets the job done. And the way that you can use it and attach it to any machine that you have is by getting one of these hitch receivers, which Kartmate does not sell. It's another manufacturer. If you just type in Detach, D-T-T-A-C-H, if you Google that, you'll find all the information you need. There's multiple different vendors, I believe, now that sell these, but Detach is the originator, I believe. And there's different receiver hitches for whatever kind of machine you have, whether it's this or a whole other bracket that you may have to attach depending on how the frame working is of your mower. But once you have that for whatever mowers you have, then that's all you need, and the Kartmate will go into any of them. So great all-around material mover, labor and back saver.
So down here is the hydraulic pump. You see that? You got the hydraulics right here. These are the levers here. This is the only one that you need to go up and down, to lift this up and down. And that's why this one is so clutch, because it's all hydraulic. You don't ever have to get off. The operator doesn't have to get off the mower. You can be standing right there, drive up to the mulch bed, and just lift this up and just dump all of it or half of it back up to get all of the bits out. Shake some, sprinkle some in some spots if you need to. It's kind of like almost like a Toro Dingo in a way, with a bucket, but it's just a bigger one for you to put more mulch in than a traditional Dingo bucket. Probably is like half of this. So you can get a lot of mulch in here. I wouldn't recommend putting dirt and rocks because there is a weight limit. I don't remember what it is. The link for Toro's website will be the video's description, so check that out to get all the specs for this. But there is a weight limit, which is more than enough when you're filling this up with mulch. You know, I just fill it right up to the top here. And that's plenty of mulch, That's, as you see how big it is in comparison to this. I thought this was a lot of mulch to put in here. This is almost twice as much mulch as that. So we can really cover a lot of ground with this faster and just spread the mulch. We can spread the mulch from inside there. If we're in some tight areas, just pull up, shut the mower off, and then just get our pitchfork and just start scooping out and dumping, spreading, shaking, whatever we got to do. So really clutch, really, if you can afford it, or if you already have the Toro MULCHFORCE, for sure get the MULCHFORCE attachment for your mulch. And that might sound confusing, MULCHFORCE, MULCHFORCE. I'm trying to say Grandstand MULCHFORCE, which is this unit that comes with the receiver under here. See if we can get a, see, it's all attached right there. See, it's all attached right in there. Then you take all of that off, and that's part of this. Take this off when you're done with mulch season, and you can just mow lawns like regular. There's other attachments. I've got a dethatching attachment. That's another video for another day. But so there's lots of possibilities, and Toro keeps coming out with more attachments for the MULCHFORCE, which is why I got the MULCHFORCE, because I knew it was something I can grow into as a company as they keep coming out with more stuff. So my overall take on the Kartmate versus the MULCHFORCE by Toro is, if you don't have Toro Grandstand MULCHFORCE, then the Kartmate is a game changer because it's universal. You can put it on any mower, a stand-on mower, sit-down zero-turn, it doesn't matter. It attaches to any mower with a specific hitch that another company sells, but you can get that hitch for the right mower that you have, or mowers, and then the Kartmate will go on there and you can use it, and it gets you from point A to point B super easy to move material. But if you have the MULCHFORCE already, the Toro MULCHFORCE, or plan on buying that unit, then the MULCHFORCE is also a game changer.